Peace to the family, peace to the family. Baba TV every time at YouTube. Brother Red Pill, No the Less TV. We here making history tonight at a monumental classic event. I'm here with two powerful powerhouses in the community right now. My brother TAZARYAK and my brother NASI. I believe this is the first time that we've seen these brothers actually building together and whatnot. So, real brief, I want these brothers to introduce themselves to the family and let them know what's going on.
No sweat. As always, all praises go to the Most High Yahweh and His Son Yahweh Shah King. I'm Officer TAZARYAK of the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge under Commander General Yohana. Out here, you know, seeing this debate between POLIGHT and Ali Muhammad. Also, you know, to come out here, you know, brothers need to come together to get a true solution to fixing the condition of our people. It's one thing to do a debate, but once the debate is over, we got to go outside. We got to go outside, see these people out here that's dying on these streets, that's dying on these corners, which is why we always out on the corners, which is why we always banging on the conditions of our people to fix and correct them.
Peace, fam. All praises again to the Supreme Intellect of the Universe, the Divine One, Yahuwah, the Supreme Intellect. I'm here with my brothers. A powerful thing. First time me meeting TAZARYAK. Me and Red Pill already chopped up, but me and my brother, we always speak with each other, and it's a bond and a relationship growing. And we're here definitely to set the record straight on Hebrew Israelites and what we represent. We're supposed to sit in on Simonet's couch this week, me, Shar, and TAZARYAK, and bring a powerful information and to shut down the whole drama with Hebrews and other facets, to just put it to bed, you know. But we here building, and we like to thank all the brothers and sisters that are here supporting us, supporting the conscious community. The debate was a really good debate. It was one for history. Looked like POLIGHT might got that one. So, you know, but you gotta let the smoke clear and watch the debates. But we definitely gonna do something positive. It's not the last you're gonna hear of Israelites. Israelites about to do something big. TAZARYAK got something this summer. We kind of got something on the same weekend, but if you up north, TAZARYAK has the...
We have a cookout July 26th right here in Harlem, the Marcus Garvey Park. It's July 26th. It's going to start about 12 p.m. It's invited for all blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians to come join and eat with us. You know, we have food, burgers, hot dogs, the works, something to drink, everything. So that's July 26th. All Israel is invited, and that's blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians.
July 25th through the 28th, there's a Hebrew Israelite camping trip. So if you're not in New York, if you're down south, come to the camping trip. We got Gorilla Hebrew, we got Abdiel, Morey Malaki, we got me bringing presentations, a whole plethora of other people, Minister Inky building presentations. Hopefully we can get the Morris family down there.
Yes,
you know, we building together. But it's gonna be a powerful thing, and we got more coming up with the elder Sarnetta, and I know he got some stuff up his sleeve. So you know, we sit on this couch, we definitely here with.
Why don't you let them know about the great debate coming up with Professor Griff?
Oh yeah.
And Kalanji.
It's a debate at Shomei HaTorah, debate between Kalanji and Professor Griff, dealing on hip hop and how it's affecting our community. Is it BS? Is it not? How can we take it? Can we utilize it as an avenue? It's going to be a powerful debate, explosive debate.
Sarnetta, come here real quick. I was going to ask the brother TAZARYAK who won the debate, but before we get into that, I want to give you honors and props.
Thank you, brother. This is it's a blessing. I feel like I'm gonna cry right now, man. My man Red Pill giving me honors
I'm hard
and
on
props.
Sarnetta. He know. I'm very critical because I love my brother, but it's because of your work and your vision. You dig what I'm saying? Yes, that we have these brothers amongst us now. This is something that didn't occur.
This goes back to what our brother
I know
was
what I'm
saying
trying to say.
when you said,
yes,
thank you. You know what I'm talking about.
I'm saying, I'm giving you props.
Thank you, brother.
Because irregardless of how it was done, it's done. And we're able to stand in camaraderie with our Hebrew Israelite brothers. These brothers represent nations of millions. You feel what I'm saying? And by them coming amongst us, I feel like we're a step closer to what it is that we ultimately have to get together as a people. I feel more powerful now. You dig what I'm saying? So
I didn't know that there were so many Hebrew Israelites on the planet until we went up against them brothers right there.
Exactly. So
Hebrews came from all over.
What was once, you know, they say people hate what they don't understand.
Right.
And we see that there's still a lot of work to be done amongst our people, because a lot of people are dwelling in hate and misunderstanding. People hate what they don't understand, and for many years our people have not understood our brothers because they haven't understood what they truly stood for, and a lot of the information, you know, it was ignorant.
What we need to do is bring them out and give them that platform and bring the people in and let them teach, let them have their day.
Exactly.
That's what I'm willing to work on. That's what I want to do.
The main reasons why we came out here. The main reason we come out here is because, like you said, we need to come out here and get that platform so that we can get the message across. We on the streets, everybody know we on the streets all day. We always banging and waking our people up, but we also have teachings inside as well. Like we have classes on 115th Street in Lenox Ave. You're right, you came to the classes every Tuesday and Thursday from 7 to 9 p.m. But we also want to come in here and not just let it be a debate forum where another brother going up against another brother, but we can give lectures. Like how they doing that financial thing, we can give lectures on how to build our people up. All right?
So, all right, so real quick, who won the debate? In your opinion?
I think the debate, very quite easily, you might add, POLIGHT beat Ali Muhammad. Straight up. I mean, it wasn't even a competition. If you want to go with just the topic itself, POLIGHT lean more towards the topic. I mean, anytime you're doing a debate, it's always going to deviate a little bit, but you always want to stay with the purpose of the topic, and POLIGHT, you know, stayed the most. You know, he admitted he learned from the debate that he had with myself, and he was able to take on a lesser opponent, which was Ali Muhammad. If I could sidebar for a second, that proves why Ali Muhammad was never ready to debate Officer Sakawar. He can't handle POLIGHT. Sakawar would have demolished him. He'd be dead in there. You know, if POLIGHT flustered him like that, Sakawar would have killed him. So POLIGHT won the debate hands down. It's not even anybody say that Ali Muhammad won, you just being biased. And the fact that me and POLIGHT went at it so much, and I'm saying that he won, shows you that he must have won, because I wouldn't have told you nothing.
Because he wouldn't be biased. I also want to put in my my vote and say that my brother POLIGHT, I'm very proud of him. I saw the growth. I saw his development. You know what I mean? I saw the fact that he did learn, and that's one thing that we saw today is that, you know, and he said it on the show when he came on, that these debates are like rites of passages that are showing the people that we are truly ready for leadership. But if you're not, you know what I mean, if you don't get on that public stage and get tested and show that you're able to do certain things, then it's just speculation. So I'm seeing, I'm very, you know, I'm very honored to be in the brother's presence, because I'm seeing the development of a leader. You know what I mean? And he proved himself very well today. I'm gonna keep it 1,000. My brother hit me up when Ali was up there. I was like, son is washing POLIGHT. The first round, I was like, he's going in. I was like, yo, he's going in. I'm keeping it 1,000. And then POLIGHT showed me, and that's even a better opponent when you could be on some Mayweather shit. First couple of POLIGHT. First couple of rounds you getting washed and whatnot, like the Medina fight, and then he showed us that he's a true sportsman and a true athlete, because by the end of the fight you forgot all about that. And I think that's what happened with the people today. They completely forgot that the brother Ali was even making points in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Because brother POLIGHT, the tactic that he used was one of a dismantling tactic. It is, you know, and he proved this, you know what I'm saying? He showed that he was the victor in that. So, you know, POLIGHT is right there. I'm just telling the family that I'm saluting you for your victory. You know what I mean? For what you did.
See growth?
I see growth and development.
Learn a lot from all my brothers that participate.
You know what I mean? I see this.
That's right.
I see the development of a leader in front of our eyes.
Man came out with loaded lux. You showing out.
You know? You know what I'm saying? So sportsmanship, you know what I mean? All of that is intact, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I've always shared that I have visions. I'm a visionary, I'm a futurist. So in my vision I see, yes sir, please do.
Ali Muhammad threw the match. He lost the match. He made it easy for POLIGHT.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, the second round when he was coming and hitting and dropping the science of the Quran, it was deep. It was deep. But it wasn't what we was talking about. You understand what I'm saying? So Polite came in and he seemed that he didn't have to do much just to win that point. And what Ali Muhammad tried to do was make up at the end by extending the rebuttal, which was a big mistake. Ali Muhammad know his mistake tonight. That's my brother. He know his mistake. He can look back and see where he went wrong at. And he just took a wrong step. He took a wrong step.
Get his ball for that.
So the key thing to any debate, which when Polite said he learned, is when you debating somebody, you can't just stick to the formula that you have for your topic. Like when I did the debate with Polite, I damn near, Soccer War can tell you, I damn near didn't use none of the information necessary that I had for the topic. I brought some of it out. But when the opponent is hammering these points, if you don't address those points, then you'll lose just based on that premise. So what Polite did this time was he deviated from his a little bit so that he can address his points. And once he was able to hammer, when he pulled out the thing, when Ali Muhammad said he don't read the books, that's what he said, right? That's what he said. He said, I don't read the books. I buy them, but I don't read them. It just made Ali look bad. So it was just bad all around.
Yeah, you know what I mean? You know, we all learners, you know what I mean? We all in school right now, so, you know, hopefully the brother will use this experience to sharpen the sword. But like I said, as a futurist and a visionary, there is going to be a future where we are going to have a debate team, and our brothers will be on the same stage with the brothers in there and other brothers in the community. And when we go up against our common enemy or our common foe, who is directly responsible for putting our people in a state of sleep, you know what I mean? Case in point, Dame Dash, you know what I mean? Who is, in my humble opinion, if Jay-Z is the mayor, not just the mayor, if Jay-Z is the king of hip-hop, that's your architect. That's the person who was behind the scenes. That's the Geppetto. He was pulling the strings. So he publicly came out and said that he's ready to debate Laya Cohen and Moskovitz and all of them. He's saying that I want to go directly to the culture vultures, because if I can expose them in the open, I could break the spell that they have upon millions of people. You feel what I'm saying? So picture if that brother had the assistance of a debate team. And I love the fact that they've implemented bringing in the elders to take away the personal aspects of it, to take away the niggerism, to take away some of the malefic energies that were present earlier in the debates that were turning people away. Now people are going to be drawn because they could see that our brothers are becoming stronger. You know what I'm saying? And by having, you know, demonstrations like this where they see unity, they're going to see power. You know what I'm saying? Black power, you know what I mean? All kind of powers, infinite powers. So I just want to salute my brothers. I look forward to seeing y'all work together. I look forward to seeing the whole Hebrew Israelite nation forming like Voltron. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. And you know, shit, we gonna be in them corners with y'all. In the very near future.
If I could just
yes,
piggyback off of what you said, it's
veggie
important.
Bag. We do the veggie bag.
My bad, I shouldn't have said you right. I'll give you that. But Salakia. But y'all should be on the streets with us. Like the most important thing, bigger than any debate or any forum like that, we got to make sure that we maintain the spirit of the Most High. Like, as far as following what we're supposed to be following, doing what we're supposed to be doing, getting back to these law, statutes, and commandments while we're being destroyed as a people, because nothing that we do is going to work if we don't include the Most High, if we don't include these law, statutes, and commandments. You can have all the money in the world, it won't mean nothing. Michael Jackson died a junkie. Whitney Houston, a junkie. Rick James, a junkie. Like, all these individuals died, had fame, had money, had wealth, but what did it do for them? What did they even do with the money that they had? Like a common example, that cat that owned the Los Angeles Clippers, right? Don Silverman, he shamed black people. He straight up and down shamed black people, and this is how he shamed them. He got on there and said, Magic Johnson don't care about black people. He said, in our community, we set up things with our wealth for people that don't have wealth and give it to them so that they can get wealth, and we don't look for that money back. Magic Johnson don't do that. He won't play golf with me. And when you look at what Magic Johnson is doing and all our leaders is doing, they're not doing what they should be doing for their people. They should be the same way that they get their wealth. Everybody's not going to be rich. Everybody's not going to be poor. But as a family, which we supposed to be, the rich supposed to take care of those that are less fortunate. And that's what the Bible says. The Bible say when you go glean them grapes, when you glean your grapes, you leave the grapes that fall to the wayside for the people that don't have that. That's how you build a community. So the debates is good, as you can see. Like the brother said, other brothers are communicating with each other, but we have to maintain the order that the Most High laid down as well. If we don't do that, no matter what we do, it'll fail.
And that's to go back with my brother saying also, is that when you look in the scriptures, there's a law that in it where if your brother works for a foreigner, you have to go redeem him and cause him to work for you. Meaning that technically we're not supposed to be working for a foreign nation. Once we work for a foreign nation, we're empowering that nation to be over us. So we have to realize that these concepts, when you come in to support the brother with the gear, support Guerrilla Republic, it's black owned, support these things that we are doing in our communities. When you want to eat, you see McDonald's is calling you and you're yearning, you hungry, you starving, walk past it. If there's nothing black in there to eat and no people that have their own restaurants, then we don't support. And that's where our mind got to be. The scriptures is telling us to support our own. They also tell you, do not put a foreigner over you. We are causing these foreigners to be over us by giving them all of our resources. We're draining ourselves, giving it to them, and we're wondering why we're enslaved. So all of these economic plans, as long as we pumping this nigga music in our mind, subconsciously we're always going to be niggas and slaves. So we have to create a counterculture. We have to create our own music and say, you know what, you can't listen to that. And we won't allow it to be played here. These brothers don't need introductions from people out in the street. Loaded Lux is conscious, but I'm talking about other music, entertainment that's there. We don't need that. What we need is our own stuff. Kick them out the conscious community if you're not supporting your own.
Straight like that, because at the end of the day, the solutions that we're looking for, we found them already. It's the network. I'm very adamant about the fact that if brothers from different schools of thought and knowledge and discipline come together, we will complete and form this network. We will form Voltron, and that's where the power lays. So if you have influence over thousands, and you have influence over thousands, and I have influence over thousands, and POLIGHT has influence over thousands, let's just say millions each. If we bump heads, we have to be responsible and we have to be mature enough to come back together and let if we could go at it scholastically, we have a responsibility as well to come back together economically and in a spiritual sense and show the people that here it is that we're breaking bread together and we're able to sit down as comrades. You understand what I'm saying? And by connecting the networks, because that's what social networking is about. The power in social networking is all of the networks coming together. Somehow the European is getting it, you know what I mean? He has figured that out. So we have to bring these networks. The minute we bring these networks together and we don't wait for no one's approval, we make the approval that we're going to do business amongst each other. We're going to make that dollar circulate amongst our different groups. If these brothers deal with a certain kind of service or product that they have, it's our obligation to support them. If New Covenant has something, if ISIS has something, if the Nation of Islam has something, we have to keep it moving, right? In that cohesive circle, and that's when you'll begin to gain power. It's not just about circulating dollars. Trust will be built, respect will be built, solutions will come out of that. We will impress our younger generation. We will impress the generation that are out there, you know, in perpetual slavery. Like he was saying, compromising oneself by working for foreigners. You don't want to be conscious or in the mind of consciousness and have to compromise yourself to go amongst somebody who you're studying against. Every time you open a book or go online, it's proven further and further and further that these people don't have your best interest at hand. So you have to go somewhere amongst them and wear a face or a mask, because you necessarily can't be who you are around them. And you feel what I'm saying?
And a lot of times with our business, our economics, it doesn't grow. It's because the male aspect is tainted, right? Because most of us are beta males.
Indeed.
And the reason why we're beta males is because we've been raised by our mothers, right? So when somebody says something about us or do something to us, we begin to pout and throw tantrums and break up and divide because we're real sensitive. We're taught to react off of emotions, and that's not how we're supposed to be. If I don't agree with a brother, that's okay. We have to realize the opposition either makes you stronger or it tears apart your theory and all. But when somebody tears apart your theory, they save you from making a fool out of yourself with every other person. So either they Build it, you go back and say, well, let me work on my theory. You start putting it together, start falling apart. You be like, yo, thanks, brother. It didn't work in the first place. And that's what we got a problem. We got a problem with opposition. It's like how the right brain deals with the left brain. The right brain brings something intuitive that might not even make sense, and the left side of the brain breaks it down and either opposes it or breaks it down where it makes it better and empowers it. Yeah, it basically does a debate in itself. So because we don't agree on everything, it doesn't make us enemies, and we have to stop being so sensitive as brothers, man, and pull back out of that, because we throw hissy fits, man. I've seen grown men throw hissy fits, man, and it's not a powerful thing for us to do. Is, man, we have to be strong and set an example on how we can work even though we don't agree, and sometimes one opposes us when they say something different.
I want to know, should we act differently when we're around Europeans? Should we always just be ourselves, or when we're around Europeans we should talk differently and act differently?
I would say, yeah. Can I answer that first? And then I would say, your culture is being emulated. Your culture is the driving force behind all things corporate at this point. Beyond just corporations, it's the driving force behind culture, popular culture. So they're making billions. They hasn't even, hip-hop is 40 years old, and they haven't even made a billionaire out of one of us yet. That's a travesty. But they've made trillionaires out of the European. So they have adapted your culture. But now when you go amongst them, you try to adopt their culture and become Roman. So what they know is it's a nationality sovereignty thing. You're basically giving them your power. You're saying that you're willing to assimilate to be amongst them. You know what I mean? And if we study any form of religion, Shaitan, the devil, whatever you call it, you know what I'm saying? He's seeing that you are willing to become like him versus him trying to become like you. So all you have to do is, and remember, they honored your culture. Your culture raised them up out of the dark ages. It was our culture that brought them out of the age of darkness and enlightenment. And they are emulating your culture. So many things that they're carrying on in today's society is an emulation of Aboriginal cultures, the Moorish culture, the Islamic culture, the Hebrew Israelite culture, and things of that nature. So why would we try to be like the European? The European has, it's a well-known fact who the European was and who he is. You don't want to emulate that.
I know that, but I'm around a lot of people, and I was living in Clinton Hill, but I'm just moved to Bed-Stuy. And they feel because their neighbors are European that they have to act differently when they're around them, whereas when they're with me now, I'm homegirl, I can act differently.
The Jewish man don't change who he is, and he's an imposter. The Chinese man don't change who he is. The white man don't change who he is. The Arabs don't change who they are. So why do we? I wear this everywhere I go. Where I go, this is on, shirt is on, shield is on. I have a slavery. Like, we don't call jobs jobs. What I do, as far as waking black people up, that's my job. When I go to work for the so-called white man, that's a slavery. And at my slavery, I wear my rings. They know exactly what I celebrate, what I don't celebrate, what I won't tolerate, what I do tolerate. And you know what? I still work there. I don't get disrespected. You know why I don't get disrespected? Because I don't hide it. You don't have to hide your culture. We have to lose that slave mentality. It's a slave mentality when they come to you and they say, don't act like that because of the neighborhood that you live in. So you don't want to walk a certain way, you don't want to talk a certain way. Are you ashamed of your culture? Not you yourself, but the people that are telling you to talk different are ashamed to be black, are ashamed to be Hispanic, are ashamed to be whoever it is that they're supposed to be. But every other nation fully goes into their culture. So we have to stop being afraid.
And they think that being white is more, and that's why they act right. White is right. I mean, like, that was like blowing my mind, because in the world that I'm in, which is like a white heaven and a mixed heaven, and not that I'm against, you know, the choices that people make, but it doesn't seem comfortable to me. I'm myself, but others feel that they need to be different, and I guess it's hard. You really can't show them because they think white is right.
No, we think white is right.
Yeah.